Amos' wife and told her she was in early labour, gave her progesterone and said, I think you've got about 2 days before you give birth, get somewhere that you can. So they got to England. She gave birth.
Beautiful.
I know. How crazy is that?
Nuts.
Alright, I'm at 7-Eleven. I'll see you in a minute.
Alright, see you in a minute. Java Persistence API. Trying to teach myself based on this Stack Overflow question. And then we'll put Vlad's question in. Copy. Oh, that's, yeah, save. Alrighty. So that's that. All right, so I think, yeah, I'm just gonna figure out this error first. There's definitely something wrong with this query. Just have a look at Vlad's query here. Just want to get this working here, this idea of selecting from multiple tables in JPA, which I'm pretty sure the solution that I'm using right now is fairly suboptimal. Left join fetch. And he returns a query. No, he returns posts. Create query. Oh no, he does. He gets a result list. It doesn't return a query. So I'm not sure as well if I should be setting iterables either. I definitely should be setting these as lists. You don't want to set them as sets, as Vlad says. Using sets instead of lists. Multi-bag fetch exception go away, but the Cartesian product will still be there. So yeah, we want to avoid selecting that Cartesian product because then your selects can go nuts. So we've got select distinct from author A, left join fetch. So we want to get books. So we've got author A, and then we want to get the list of books, but authors also have a pen name, and they might have many pen names. So let's give them that list of pen names, and that'll be mapped by author as well. That's actually correct. And then we've already got that. So we've got the pen name and we've got the book there next to each other. And just to give us a little bit more complexity, we're first name, last name. Yeah, is there a way to get... Oh yeah.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I thought I could talk for so long. Oh. Change your pocket.
Thanks.
Are you gonna stream?
I am streaming right now.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You don't. It's not like this. That's fine. Like, it's not. You don't. You can interrupt and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because people are just watching it.
Yeah. Well, no one's watching it at the moment.
Do you want me to log on and watch it and share it?
Nah, that's okay. I just want to just do one sort of complete-ish one first, and then it's done, and like just see how I go with it.
Oh, that bacon sounds amazing.
Did you pick up those things?
I will go and get them.
No, it's alright. It's alright. It hasn't been too bad today.
Do you want to walk to the pharmacy in a bit?
Later.
Yeah, later. But we can take her, and it's not too far, so and you can get out of the house for 10 minutes.
Yeah, alright. Okay, so we have pen name with the two strings, and then that relates to an author. So then where we do the join on books, and then in the post here, so we grab comments and tags, and then this one accepts the posts. So interesting. Select distinct in both, yeah, because we're sort of mixing them in, as I understand. And then that returns a list, and then we pass the list in as a parameter. So left join fetch tags, a books, and then I guess it's a pen name. Pen names, have I got? Pen names, yeah. And okay, so I don't think we need this for now. Find all with books. Find all books. Books from list with pen name, I guess. And then find all with books. Is there like a... Can I see the... Is this going public? I guess it has. Is there a... Do I have a public link? Share. Add stream marker, create highlight video. I don't know how you like find out. Oh, there it is. Copy video link. So if I go here. Okay, cool. Alright, so this is what people coming to the stream would see. Alright, sweet, that'll do. That's enough. Alright. So this is with books. Find all with pen from list. Find all from list with pen name. Where a in books in authors, and then I guess this takes a list author. Now I think that can be an iterable, and this should be an iterable too, and this will be an iterable of author, because we don't actually want to return iterable author, and that accepts. And as I understand it, this should search and find everything. Fetch a pen names. This should be pen names. So my hope is that this will come back and return. So basically I want a list of authors that have a list of pen names and a list of books in them. I don't know where page and chapter will be. We'll find out in a second. So let's fix this up so we don't have a book repository and we don't need one anymore. And then we also don't need that. So here, find all with books. So we'll have authors with books, and then authors with books and pen names. Authors with books, and then here author A, authors with books and pen names. So it should have both relationships, and we should be only taking 2 trips to the database, all said and done. So this needs to change. Authors with books. Now, no, I did have that correct. This doesn't like that. Iterable. Find author list with pen name. So this should be find author list with pen name, like that. Okay, so I would expect, well, I don't know what I would expect. Let's see what happens. All right, cool. It's done something. It's compiled and run. Let's hit a breakpoint, and then we'll see where this is set. Alright, so authors with books and pen names is obviously going to be 0, 0 because we haven't got anything. So at this point, what I want to do is create a factory that will basically give us a whole bunch of test data that we can run these. This kind of little, you know, temporary app experiment on. So I guess we can create. Guess we would like create some sort of service to do this, I suppose. Not sure. Faf du Plessis? Unlucky. I think my wife's watching cricket in the other room. Notable authors. Yeah, I think we need some sort of like, I don't know, like I guess creation service here. I think. Yeah, definitely some sort of creation service that'll let us generate a whole bunch of test data. Java fake data generator. Bale dung, I don't know if I like you. Java faker dependencies. Maybe we can use this. Yeah, let's use this Java faker. There's a Bale dung article on it, so it must be good. And also the Gradle thing there. So I think I want to set this up as like a bean. Faker.address. New faker. Alright, let's give this a crack. It's been around for a while. Someone's ported the faker gem from Ruby. Okay. Back in the day. On all of these. Yeah, alright, so we should be good here. So let's grab this. And then we'll put it in our build.gradle. I should send the link to the boys. Live. Share. I'm gonna have to copy that whole link. To my phone to iMessage. It's all too hard. Bugger it. Alright, let's just grab this and keep going. Alright, so Java Faker. Refresh dependency graph. And then we should see it somewhere. It's downloading some stuff. That's always a good sign. Alright, so GitHub. Java Faker, there it is. Alright, sweet, we got it. Now I guess we just create a bean for it. We go public. Faker. Faker equal that. And then we go return new Faker. And then I guess we have this as we could have a private method here, I suppose, or we could have a whole separate service. I don't know if I want a whole separate service. Actually, can I grab, I just had a thought. I think I can grab this from the YouTube studio. Let's see. Analytics, comments, videos, live. Oh, here we go. Oh no, don't know. Doesn't say here that I've got. Just gives me. Yeah. Yeah, it's not giving me my live video despite the fact that I've got one happening here. I could generate a QR code from it. That might be easier to do. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, so that's the stream. Grab this one, copy. Alright, that's the QR code. Let's grab that. Grab that. Yeah, cool. Okay, so how do I share this now? Yeah, cool. Okay, so how do I share this now? Oh, that sounds gonna echo badly. Nope. Oh, really? Oh, here we go. Share. that's that done. Okay, let's see how to use this thing. So I can just go faker name, first name, faker name, last name. Alright, so we should be able to create some authors doing that. So let's make it a private method for now. We can always move it out later. Void create authors create authors. And then I guess we pass in the author repository here. No, but we have other... Let's make it a separate service actually, because that way I can pass in all of the required repositories when needed. Okay, so class author factory public void create author test data, and then this can be a service. Might not be the best case for a service, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I think it'll serve what we need to do. Then I just need to throw these in here, I believe. All create a constructor. Let's throw them in here for now. Author repository like that. Actually, no. I will have to construct this, I think. Yeah, because this won't work in the same way as a bean does. Won't work as the same way I've got this bean set up. Maybe this should just be a separate bean actually, on second thought. The only problem is I don't know whether this will be running beforehand. Because this will run on command line, which may not necessarily make much sense. I mean, it wouldn't make sense in the context of a proper application, obviously, but even for our example here. Can I talk to a private method from the runner like that? Let's see. Let's give it a return type, private void, create all data, create, yes, I can actually talk to that. But then I would have to pass, I would have to pass the repository in because it's a bean. Let's leave it in a separate method for now. Alright, so let's abandon the service and then just set it up like this. We can always move it later if it makes more sense, but in the context of what I'm trying to do now, I just want to get some data in there. Like, I don't really care what it looks like or where it's coming from as long as it works. Spend too long thinking about this kind of stuff. Author repository. Alright, so we'll just have author repository there. Because this isn't a bean or anything itself, we'll need to pass it in from here, which is fine for now. Feels a little bit weird to do in a Spring context, but whatever. Author repository, save, new, author. Alright. Now, think the easiest thing to do here would be to create an all args constructor. Yeah, if we just create an all args constructor. Let's actually see how, there's a nice guide, Spring Data JPA. There's a nice guide, getting started. I think it was this one I was looking at the other day, and they had some nice patterns. Generator value, so here, they actually define the constructor as okay, so they protect the default constructor. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so let's do the same thing. So they protect the default constructor and then present an what looks to be an all args constructor. Well, it's not technically speaking because of the ID, which kind of makes sense. And I think actually I'll need this generated value thingy as well. I don't know what this strategy auto does. I'm gonna presume it will give me like an auto increment type of deal. But it probably makes sense in the context of what they're doing, because they're basically saying you don't want to okay, whatever. Yeah, basically saying you don't want to tell us the ID, the database will tell you. Which makes sense when we're dealing with an ID field. So generated value, and then we go protected author, and then we go public author. Why doesn't it like? Public class, does it have to be? It's because I've got the same invocation signature. That needs to obviously, so this will be list books list pen names like that. Yeah, and now it's happy, except we don't want to put it here. I want to put it here, right? And then this dot books equals books. This dot pen names equals pen names, and then that's how we construct that. So that, yeah, so no one is getting at that ID, which again makes sense. Kind of like this. Yeah, okay. So oops, we don't want to do that. Now I guess well, let me do that. What about if I do that twice? List dot of that. I don't use Java every day. I use Kotlin, which compiles down to Java. So a lot of this kind of like the exact syntax of constructing things I'm a little bit rusty on. So we do that 5 times, we should have 5 authors, right? So if I come down here, save all of those, and then run my 2 queries. Hopefully I get a list back of 5 with 5 IDs. Who knows though? Run it. All right, compiled, ran. We've got a, yep, all right, sweet. So we've got an array list of 5. And we've got however many authors. We've got a couple of persistent bags, which I believe is okay. But obviously we haven't got anything in them yet, so we need to populate the pen names, and that's where our faker, that's where this faker thing will come in for us. Yeah. Okay. So. All right, so far so good. So 2 empty lists of authors there. So let's start with pen names because it's a little bit simpler, and then we can look at populating the book. All right, so I'm going to define another method here, and this is going to return a list of pen names. And it's going to generate random pen names. Don't think if I pass in that list, it'll save the pen names as well. Let's just try. I'm pretty sure it won't do that. It's kind of nice to visit that regardless. Generate random pen names. So this is where we use our faker gem, our faker bean. We can say faker, and then we have to pass it through like this. Again, this probably, off the bat, this isn't the best style, I would say. There's probably definitely better ways to make all of this available in the context. Yeah, it kind of irks me a little bit, the way that I'm having to pass that through. It's sort of a little silly. I know it's just a test app, but it still kind of annoys me a little bit. Yeah. Problem is this command line runner thing, I suppose. It's like a service. Like you'd pass the service into the bean, because the service would be injected. And then you'd pass faker back into the service, and then the service wouldn't care. I kind of want to do that now. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, so we should have, so let's go service, class, data factory. We have like this big data factory class, public, void, create all data. Yeah, let's do it this way. This is better. And then we move this to here. And then I can go auto-wide. I don't actually think I need auto-wide. I think I can just go author repository, private, like that. And I think it'll just get there. We'll see. I might have to put an auto-wide annotation on it. I don't know. We shall see. Okay. Author repository. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And that passes in those authors. Yeah, and then that'll save it for me. All right. And then at that point, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. Already feels much cleaner. And then I pass in data factory. And this line gets changed to create data factory, create all data like that. Okay. All right, let's just run it with that and just make sure that that's working as I expect it to. If something complains about being null, I'm guessing this needs to be auto-wired. We'll see. All right. Author repository is null. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this should be auto-wired. All right, built, did something. Let's go back to here and just make sure that our debugger picks up. So we still want it to pick up those 5 authors. It should still be creating those. And then author with books and pen names. Size 5. Okay, that's good. Yep. Oh, why is the debugger running so slowly? All right. Okay. Cool. So those 5 authors. Yeah, sweet. All right, let this run. All right, so that's, yeah, basically what I would expect. So now that we can just, now that we've sort of extrapolated that, we can just focus on getting this right here. I'm pretty sure I can grab this from here, put it there, and then grab it from there. We shall see. I think Spring is smart enough to do that with, so let's just try and figure that out now. Make sure that still works. Otherwise, I might have to break it out into its own like a configuration class that just makes that bean available. Yeah, cool. Spring doesn't actually care. No cyclical dependency there. All right, so let's go back to the original change. There's a random list of, what's the second parameter to this? Pen names. Pen names, like that. And that's a function, not a method. And then we'll create it down here. And then we go return list of new pen name. And then this can be faker dot funny name, first name, faker dot name dot first name, faker dot name dot last name. That'll do. That doesn't have a constructor yet, so let's do the same thing we did over here. So we want to define a protected constructor, protected pen name. Yeah, protected constructor with nothing. And then the same thing we did up there, public pen name. And then list books pen name. So here, yeah, so here it'll just be like string first name, string last name, like that, and then the same deal, last name equals last name, first name equals first name. And then that should be happy with me up here. Yep, it can deal. Alright, so let's give it however many of these. Run it again. Oh, I forgot to set my breakpoint. I probably should do that. So now I'd be expecting to see a list of authors, and they'll have fake pen names, basically. Pen names generated by that faker class. Alright, so there's our authors with books. Oh man, this is really slow. That's a lot slower than I would expect it to be. Okay, so pen names is a persistent bag. Now straight away, that's not exactly what I would expect to see. I would expect to see a list. And I'm not getting any there. Huh. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely not what I expected. Right, so now we're getting to this. I am putting the cart before the horse slightly, but by asking for pen names before I've got books. So I might actually, before we do anything else, just see if that... I just want to see if this initial query is working. So let's do the same thing for books now. Generate a list of those. Random list of pen names. So we want to do the same thing here. Private list book. Random list of books. And then return. Interesting as well, we're not persisting the pen names, we're just instantiating them at this point. So I wonder, I would probably suggest that that's the issue. Because if I did the same thing here, actually, this will be a good test. If I did the same thing here, so we go new book, what have we got for books? We need some bit of data. Let's make a title. Private string title. Let's use that same constructor pattern. Protected book. Books. Protected book. That. And then public book. That. And then I guess we go string, title, list, chapter, CHA, chapters like that. This dot title equals title. This dot chapters equals chapters like that. And then when we create our book, new book, faker dot book dot title, it's got me covered. That's pretty cool. List of, and then we'll just use list of here. Nothing. However many. All right. Okay, so books. I would expect it to have the same problem. So I get to there, and then there'll be just no books there. And I think at this point it's because I haven't persisted the books. Because find all with books, that query should work as I expected. But the books aren't persisted. Alright, so here, we're here. So size 5. Books. Key. Persistent bag. I just want to bag JPA. Already? No, it's not up here. Still only need 54. Yeah. An unordered unkey collection that can contain the same element multiple times has no bag. So you need to use lists. So hibernate. Basically a list and wraps your list internally. It's just Hibernate's way of representing your list. Okay. Okay, so don't use equals. Don't use equals. But essentially it behaves like a list. Interesting. Speak of the devil and the devil answers, Vlad, he's everywhere. Underlay. Yeah. Natural key in every database table. Yeah. Still have a primary key. Okay, so... Alright. Okay, so good to know. That's why that is. Alright, so we can still expect a persistent bag, but again, we don't have anything We don't have anything here because if I go books, persistent bag, bag equals null. Now, interesting. I thought that. Very interesting. The bag for books is null, but the bag for pen names is initialized. I don't know why the two are different. So that's empty, and that's null. Interesting. I don't quite understand why those two, why it's null in one and set in the other, because left join fetch books, left join fetch pen name. Maybe it's this additional where clause does that? Huh. Not sure. I suppose from the user's perspective, I get null and an empty list. Yeah, why would that be null? That book's persistent bag null. What happens when I try and use so if I go author with books and pen names dot books. Okay, hang on. We need now that's interesting. Next thing. We need some getters. So let's generate a getter for books. Generate getter. Books and pen names. We'll go both. I don't want it there. One here. Get books, get pen names. Alright, let's try that again. I get another one. Woohoo! 55. 2 down. Oh, exciting! Wow. Yeah. Alright, so let's go here. Oh, I wasn't... silly me. I was looking at the list. Get books. Now... Okay, so at this point I get lazy initialization. Now, I would not expect that. Yes. Okay, so this is the whole... Okay, so this gets me to the crux of what I've been trying to learn here, trying to teach myself. Because I wouldn't expect that at this stage. I would expect an empty list. What if we did this? Let's do the same thing for pen names. So authors with books and pen names. So get 0 dot pen names. Get pen names dot get Index out of bounds, length, size, get size. No? It's incredibly loud. There's the bag. My closest door. Yeah, so that's size 0, which is what I would expect from books as well. So why? Get 0. So at the moment, what I would consider two functionally equivalent queries are doing two different things. Wait a minute, we're not, actually, interestingly, we're not defining param there. I think I have to do this. Authors. Let's just, would have thought I would have had to have had the param there for sure. Don't know, I actually don't know if this will affect it, but we can see authors with books and pen names. Oh, wait a minute, was I looking at, yeah, books per, no. Pen names, there's the bag. Now, interestingly, books and pen names. Now, in the previous authors with books, now that is set. That is set. So that's been unset by so that's come back unset, which again is contrary to what I'm understanding him say here. Set parameter posts. Left join fetch. Now the query hint, that's another thing. Do I set that here? as long as you fetch at most one collection using join fetch. From post left join fetch. So when it comes out here and it's returned, maybe I'm misunderstanding what his meaning in the does not allow fetching more than one bag because of as long as you fetch at most one collection using join fetch, you'll be fine. By using multiple queries, you'll avoid the Cartesian product, since any other collection but the first one maybe I'm not the expectation is you would do your stuff there, but what I actually wanted, what I actually want is both of those to be returned. Now I might try, which I don't even think will happen considering that the second set of data is getting cleared. So I would expect there to be two, but that's null. So there's two persistent bags there, but only one of them is set. And I thought this got us around that problem in a kind of intriguing way. Join fetch. Distinct. Yeah, I would have thought you'd have both joined there. And that combines the two, but maybe I've Maybe I've misinterpreted that. Kind of looks like from what he's written here that he expects them GPA query, maybe GPA query, set query hint. Maybe it's a different. Here we go. Query hint. Let's get these query hints on. Annotation. Org hibernate GPI query hints. Let's say it's org spring framework data.jpa. Let's try this org.hibernate. Wouldn't expect to. Yeah. don't know about this. Hint pass to sync through. It's interesting. Pass. Yeah. Deduplicate. Yeah, right. Can't. Query. CRUD. Repository. JVA. Query. Hint. Aha. Query hints. Value query hint. For counting. Okay, so query hints plural. Query hints value. Query hint. Now I think his example used query hints pass distinct through. That's a no, that's the old. False. Query hint. Don't know why it's complaining about there. Stop and rerun. Not sure what the error is. Query hints cannot be converted to an annotation. Am I using the correct namespace? Might not be using. Okay. I mean, is that... I mean, that is a different string to what Vlad's talking about. Oh, no, actually, he's using the name. I'm going to presume he's using the same namespace as I am, as per usual. Can I try and change this to what he has, which is no. Okay, so I guess string false, and then the same thing will be applied here. Don't necessarily expect this to work. Array list. Books. Bag null. Yeah, same result. So at this point I'm not even confident. Yeah, I'm not actually confident that I'm doing this the correct way. Or even my expectation is right, where I would expect to see both those persistent bags set. So I might have to go back to the drawing board a little bit with this one. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. Let's just let that run through. He's saying fetch just one collection at a time. Thanks, Haddo. Appreciate it, mate. Maybe just hit me up with a sub on the channel as well, mate, just to help me pad out my numbers. Really enjoyed this. Maybe back to the drawing board with this one. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I got that. He retracted that message. As long as you do it with the same number of queries as you have collections to initialize, you are fine. Just don't initialize collections in a loop. Well, we're certainly not doing that. Thanks, Turner. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah. Definitely expect both of those to be populated in the object. Annoyingly as well, his blog post doesn't really... here we go. So he's using that thing. Okay, so that's what I would expect to see. Yeah, but he's not doing multiple joins in this, which kind of leaves some ambiguity around how he expects people to use this. Because he redefines posts. So if the product of all of this is the posts that posts list. Again, I would expect it to have both persistent bags in in my case, both books and pen names. But it just doesn't seem to do that. I think we'll try persisting these regardless. Just to verify that that's what's happening. There might be some other weirdness going on. The thing I don't like about this is in this, books is a persistent bag with an array list. Whereas not so here. Element data, books, persistent bag, null, which we don't like to see. Sorry, spelling out error. Loving the live videos, more of them. Maybe live birthing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's hard to do those in a tactful way, I find. My wife's due in. My wife's due in 4 weeks. Maybe I should stream the birth. Maybe. Yeah, I want to persist these. Regardless. I'm expecting the same result, but at least I know then I'm pulling data out of the database. So, yeah, I guess in this case we'll pass in whatever we're creating it for. The author. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So here we'll pass in author. Author, and then we'll extend these two constructors. We'll extend this constructor, first name, last name, author, this dot author equals author, and then we'll do the same thing here. Author equals author. And then, yeah, these will all have squigglies, it's okay. Same here. And then we obviously want to persist as well, so we'll need the pen name repository and the book repository, which I actually haven't got defined. Let's do that. Interface pen name repository extends crud repository. Pen name long. Oh, because I've got duplicates. And then this will be the book repository. And that'll be book long. Alright, let's do those. Pen. Oh, we gotta auto wire them first. Pen name. and then book. So pen name, let's go pen name repository dot save, and then we'll pass this in. Same here. Book repository dot save. One, two, three. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get rid of that. Yeah, okay, so that should all be saved up now with the author. Random list of pen names, author. Actually, yeah, not sure if there's, but I wonder if there's a better way to save, like cascade save data in Hibernate. I'm not actually sure, but the way I would tackle this is to do something like this. I would first save it, get back the and then I would say saved author 1. Save random list of pen names. Save. Saved author 1. Well, actually, we would just want to pass that in, right? Save random list of pen names, author, saved author 1, and then saved random list of books, saved author 1 there as well, and then do this 5 times now. Because the problem with passing him in directly to the constructor like that is that I don't think they'll get populated. When this is called, the author won't be saved, so there won't be any ID there. I also don't know, like, does it pick it out of here? We'll find out. Alright, so let's do this 5 times as we have everywhere else. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and obviously we have to change these. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and then 4, 4, 4, and last 5, 5, 5, 5. All right, there. Let's run this. I guess I expect in one there to be, well, I would expect that at least one of the bags, the persistent bags, to be populated. Okay, we've got an error. Application failed to run, failed to execute. Because I haven't. Yeah, I need to specify this generated at thingy. Otherwise, Hibernate doesn't know how to set the ID. So I want the IDs to actually be generated randomly every time. So let's just make sure that that's the case on all of the entities, although we're not using chapter yet, and we're certainly not using page yet. But eventually, if we were to use them. Okay, let's try that again. so that worked. Authors with books. All right, so element data, author. All right, persistent bag is there. There's the bag. It's got an array list. It's got a size of 5, so that's good. So that's what I would expect to see there. And then we've got the same thing here. We've got 2 persistent bags. The books is null, as I expected it to be. And the pen names is set, and that's got size 5. So, and then the pen name there. Okay, so there's our random names that we're generating. Donnell, Grady, this guy, Tomasa, Herman, Len Braun. Kind of good pen names. Yeah, okay, so now, like I stressed before, I'm not actually convinced that my understanding is correct here. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm actually misunderstanding what Vlad said here, because he hasn't really sort of at any point articulated in this or his blog post what he expects the final posts to be. I'm just going to comment out the query hints that I'm trying to set here. I would expect the same result at this point, which further sort of enhances my theory that, yeah, perhaps this is what I'm expecting to see and what's actually happening here are 2 different things. Well, I mean, that's certainly the case now, but... Alright, so element data, author... Come on, books, pen names, so books is null again, yeah. Okay, and then pen names is an array list, which has a count 5, which is exactly what I expect. Yeah, so Hibernate isn't actually, or rather JPA isn't actually aggregate. Yeah, I really wanted it to aggregate in the same object. And the reason why I wanted it to do that was just from a semantic point of view. Like I would, let's go back to here. I would expect to be able to do this. Evaluate. Oh, you guys can't see. Oh, I'm just realizing you haven't been able to see my evaluate thing the whole time. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Is there any way to pop this in? There's a window on top of here that's actually not visible on the stream, unfortunately. No. That's kind of irritating. Huh. I can't bring this. That's so annoying. Didn't even expect this to be the case. Can I just change this really quickly? If I create a new scene here, evaluate. One. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's there. Alright, so if I close. Oh dear, no. Alright, I'm gonna have to fiddle around with how I'm doing this. But if we go back to evaluate, does that? Nope. Properties, okay. This one, okay. Alright, I'm gonna probably have to set up like a separate scene for this, but for now I'll just do it manually. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So here, yeah, so if we go authors with pen names, we go get 0. Yeah, so books, get books dot get 0. Yeah, see, this is what we want to avoid here, the lazy initialization exception. And this is India 1? Figures. I don't know if I can stream like live cricket results. Might get taken down and my 50 subscribers will be devastated. Oh well, they deserve to win. They're the better team. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so back here. Yeah, so basically this is what we're trying to avoid here, and this is what I thought this approach avoided, but turned out I was actually wrong. Going back. Yeah, that's really annoying. Because that's totally not how I thought this would work. Yeah, that's really annoying, actually. I guess the alternative is I guess the alternative we can sort of pursue now is talking to the entity manager directly. It's kind of weird how he passes that back in. Maybe he's saying like, but then do I have 2 lists of posts? That's what like, why does he reassign this? Like, that's what I'm finding really misleading about. I don't know whether I've been misled or I haven't got the query set up correctly. I'm pretty sure that's how he intends it. Like, because the whole premise of this is like, hey, you can't get multiple bags in one statement. You can't get multiple persistence bags in one statement. So I would expect this to have multiple bags set on it. Books. The bag is a null. Yeah. I wouldn't mind setting up the service exactly. Like, I'm not 100% confident that I'm setting these query hints right. Wouldn't mind just setting up a quick service. Yeah, let's keep going here and set up a multi-query kind of service and pass in the entity manager as he uses it, and then let's leave that there actually. Yeah, let's do that. So service author class multi-author query service. You know what? Let's stick to good convention. A author service, and then public list author get with books and pen names. And then in here, we'll auto wire entity manager. I'm hoping, I guess, well, there's two things here really. If this works so we'll probably conclude with this, but if this works how I expect it to from what I'm assuming really with Vlad's solution, what I'm assuming, then that's okay, because it just means that oh, wait a minute. Oh, is this stream? That stream doesn't look like it's... the thing is stuck. What's happened here? That's totally been stuck there. Let's properties. This one, okay. Looks like something's stuck in OBS. Let's just try that again. Still getting my head around OBS actually. Okay, that looks to be working again. And then if I go here. Okay, we're back. Alright, hopefully that wasn't like that for too long. Yeah, okay, so if we've got this author service and we pass entity manager in, auto wide, and then what I'll do is I'll just grab my two queries. Create query. Can I use triple equals like that in here? Hope so. Not using a new enough language level. I couldn't really be bothered to fiddle around with my language level settings right now, so we'll just settle for single quotes. Where was it? Here. Alright, so let's follow what Vlad's doing literally. I'm pretty sure that I've got this set up in JPA correctly, but there's always a chance I'm not passing that query in properly. I would prefer this to work and that query hint not be passed in properly than to be kind of wrong about my assumption in how JPA sort of returns this stuff. That would be more annoying. Authors. Yeah, okay, so back to here. Nope, this one. Yeah, entity manager, create query, set parameter, set hint. Okay, so in the second one, okay, so we're gonna actually set hint on both, set hint, and then I'll just grab this here. Just set it exactly how Vlad's got it. I think I've just got that in my... Yeah. Value false, like that. And this will be list posts, list book, author rather. And then this create, I think this has to be author dot class, like that. And then get result list, like that. Yeah. Okay, so then set hint, get result list. Set parameter authors. Now, does he specify a class in the second one? He specifies the author class again. Okay, so that's, as I understand it, how Vlad's got it, which is pretty close. So let's put a, and then in our command line runner, data factory, author service, and pen names from service. Okay, breakpoint there. Have I got a service annotation? Yes, I do. I've been writing Kotlin too long because that doesn't make sense. Like that. All right, let's try that. Okay, so authors, array list, element data. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm seeing before. The first one. Sorry, no, that's, I thought there was a moment, but no. Okay, pen names is null, which I would expect it to be. Books shouldn't be null. It isn't, and we have hopefully 5 books, which will be we have 5 books here, which Tender is the night. These. Oh, well, I mean, this video might have been a total bust, but this faker gem is kind of funny. Sitting there writing stuff out. Oh, that's really good. Sleep the Brave. Yeah. Good book titles. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. So, all right, so that's there. Let's skip over. Oops, let's skip over that line. Step over there. All right, so that should be set now. All right, so first one, pen names, persistent books. Hey, so this is null. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think I've just misunderstood. I think I've just misunderstood this post. You're supposed to use them separately. So are we saying at the moment then, unless I've missed something fundamental, are we saying at the moment that there's no way to have 2 sets, to smartly query Hibernate and have 2 sets of persistent bags populated in this semantically as the downstream app would expect them? Yeah, this just doesn't sit right with me. There's something, I feel that this should be, yeah, I feel that there should be a way to get away from both of those being null. That should not be null. Unless you're supposed to use them at the same time at different times. So I go through one. But what if I need both of them there? Do I use a DTO in this case? It seems a bit of a funny one, this. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, actually, because I would expect there to be an intelligent way to query for the database and also to respect the semantics that my app requires, which is to have 2 sets of persistent bag, 2 sets in 1 object. Yeah, okay, so we've been going 2 hours with this, so we might put a line through it. More list equals stuff. Yeah, so to be continued, I suppose. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, although we'll come back to this. But I think that's probably enough for now.